Oh, that's better. I can see myself now, guys. Sorry, I couldn't see myself on the screen. I could see myself on the big TV, but I couldn't see myself on the screen. Welcome, everybody. Sorry. Hello, hello, hello. I'm not using my marbles just yet. Losing my marbles. I was meant to go live on TikTok, but things have just progressed that I've not been able to do it. But I've got an idea of how to do it downstairs, so it'll all take place tomorrow. Maybe even later on tonight. Oh, welcome in new people. Hello, Hectic Stargazer Cindy. Hello, Mind Forked. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, Paranormal Hub Worldwide. Welcome in, Mystical Love and Light. Welcome in, Broomsticks and Pentagrams. That's me, of course. Welcome in, Drew's Paranormal Vlog, which is also me. Where are you from, Mind Forked? I better be very careful how I say that. Where are you from? Sparkle! She drinks at the toilet. Hi, Panka. Hi, Mystical Love and Light again. Yes, Paranormal Hub would do it to do it. Me and Paranormal Hub would need to. We've been saying this for months that we're going to get a chat, but we need to do it. We need to do it. Things just keep getting in the way. Tell me where you're from. I'll use new people, please. I'm going to put you up on the chat so that on the screen. Hi, Hectic Stargazer Cindy. Mind Forked. I know, I don't know what happened, Paranormal Hub. I couldn't get my picture to come up. I could see it on my television. Don't know. You're from Virginia, brilliant. That's where I've always wanted to go. I've always said if I come to America, I'll go to places like Virginia, Georgia, all the little places, because I want to be at a little haunted bridge somewhere. You see how in the movies, the little haunted bridge, we like maybe something under the bridge and things. I want to go somewhere like that. That's my dream location. So, Mystical Love and Light, it's possible that this sister and your best friend from across the water will visit you one day, because you stay in the perfect location for me. And thinking of others as well, who we all miss. And Sherry and I was talking about him today. He needs to come back and let his family be there for him. Drew, have you had to... Oh. Drew, have you had your hair done? Looks great. I'm need to put it... I'm going another dye through it, Hub. I just basically French combed it. But look, see all the grey hairs? I do need to put my other dye through it. So I'll be back to being more teal tomorrow, probably. Hi, Sharon. Yes, I was really, really bummed up for doing tarot readings on TikTok, because I do think I've got a good strategy. I've got a good strategy. Do you want to come up, sis? Mystical Love and Light, do you want to come up? Does anybody want to come up? We're waiting on Uncle Danny anyway. I'll have a ciggy with you. Yeah, this is Support Mondays. What did I... We are family. I've got all my sisters, brothers, uncles with me supporting. But if any of you want a wee tarot reading while I'm here, in case you wanted one on TikTok, let me know and I'll do you one just now. I love to assist you're far away. I can't wait to see what everybody's got coming up in 2023, because Paranormal Hub Worldwide, guys, he's going to go on live as well on Facebook and do chit-chats like we like today, like talk about the spirits, the spirituality, the entities. So that'll be good. And maybe we'll get a guest appearance. I'm quite sure he'll let us up to talk with them some things. Because me and Mystical love and like could go up and talk about the craft and enlighten people to how it's not so scary as people think. We're not all devil worshippers and baby eaters. I didn't know you were away, sis. You don't need to apologise. I'm reading you're tempted. Did I not give you one the last time, Hub? Sure I gave you one. Hi, Meg. The Hub has £100 giveaway in January. All you have to do is send me your oops videos, guys. I'm quite sure. I think Amy will win it hands down because she's just naturally funny. But I get in the whoops videos in. I'm trying to think if I've got any. I'll need to have a look. The ones that Sparkle! She's got a bowl of water there and she still chooses to drink at the toilet. I think it's because it's fresh water all the time. Megs! Bud Files, welcome! Move. She's trying to say sorry for drinking at the toilet. Is Christine in? Hi, Christine, if you're in. I didn't see you. I don't think. I think it might be a bit early for Uncle Danny, to be honest, but if anybody wants to pop up on screen with me while we're waiting on him, come up. Because it's an open panel, guys. It's a support Mondays. It's just that Uncle Danny comes about 12 because I know he gets his dinner with his mum and dad in a Monday. I need to fix my cars. They're all upside down and inside out and back to forward. Oh dear. Anybody wants a... Listen, I was going on to TikTok to charge, and they are going to be a card for £5, but that's an oracle card and a postcard for Spirit, and or I wish that they get burned in my cauldron. So if he's ever going to TikTok and I'm on live, stay, because there's 2 or 3 things I'm going to be doing. I need to try and earn money, guys. I need to. I've got a lot of things that's going round and round in my head that I'm going to try my hardest this year to make happen. It's silly, especially when I've got a full big drawer of herbs there and a big bag of mesh bags. I need to get back to doing my shopping, pushing it out. TikTok, I think, is the place to do it. I'm going to give it a go. TikTok and Uncle Danny, other protection bags and crossing over things and things like that. So that'll be good to know all that, because then I can start advertising my services about helping people in their homes. I can't help people in their homes just now if I'm not confident in crossing over the spirits. I know how to cross over the spirits my way, but not every spirit is going to be able to do it that way. I want to be able to learn 2 or 3 things and be able to have backups such as little gopher bags and banishing dust and things, protection amulets, and everything that you need to be a paranormal investigator. See, people think to be a paranormal investigator you just need a camera, an EVP machine, a meter, and that's you. You don't. You need so much more, especially if you want to be there for the spirits and be one to cross them over, help them with their spiritual journey if they're stuck, lots of things. Explain to them sometimes that they're actually dead and things. Comment if you are here, guys. I don't know if Sister Sherry's sleeping or if she's up. If you're around, Sister Sherry, pop up and I'll let you come up if you want. Hi, Dobby says. You want to come up? Anybody's welcome to come up, guys. Come on up. Let's chit-chat. You can keep your cameras off. Come on, this is the year of pushing yourselves a wee bit further. Having nerves of steel helps. You just need to push yourselves, guys. Come on. What kind of herbs, Sharon? For what? What specifically? Tell me what specifically. I'll get my book of shadows over. It's just over here. Oh. Right, to bring my drawer over. I was a bit premature, guys. I was a bit premature, guys, taking my stuff, all my stuff to my dining room. I took all my big drawer down with all my, remember the one I showed you with all my herbs and that in it? Oh, where is it? See, it's got all my herbs and things all in it. I took that down, so I brought it back up. It sits in that corner because I need it. It's one of the things I need, and I can't jump up and down. I don't feel comfortable at doing spell work down in the dining room. I've got to be in my living room or up here. So all my herbs are up here. StreamYard's link, Michelle. Medicinal herbs for you, hub. The herbs. Oh, the herbs are for anything you want, Sharon, honestly. I mean, most of the time, like as with, there's Mystical Loving Lights put a video out that's to help everybody do a kind of money drawing and spell jar thing. Spell basically. So with that type of thing, if you've not got, for example, let's get into the herbs, right? Let's see some. I think I put the big sheet past. If I didn't, I'll just pick a herb for talk's sake, right? Right, for talk's sake, right. Heather flowers, for talk's sake. Heather, other names are common heather, heath, ling, Scottish heather, planet Venus, element water, deity Isis, Venus Aphrodite. So you could choose heather flower if you wanted to honour a deity, one of your deities being Isis or Venus or Aphrodite. You would take that herb and you would enchant it with your love and your honour, and you'd put that at the feet of your statue, whatever deity that was. Or you can burn it in your cauldron, mix it with something else to show honour or do a spell. And the side for that is Gemini. Magical properties: love, lust, fertility, sensuality, balance, healing, luck, protection, conjuring spirits, spiritual guidance, water, weather, magic. So you basically burn that in your cauldron, or you would put it on in a spell bag in a jar like sister was doing. But see, I didn't have that, and that was part of one of the things that we needed for a spell. What you would do is you would just look up the properties of it and then find an alternative, which could maybe be, say you were looking for it for, oh, I could spill my tobacco. Say you were looking for it to fertility, right? So you're looking for it for the specific reason for fertility, and they didn't have it. So then you would just go back into your book of shadows and find something else that would be good for fertility. And there's loads, guys. Let me find one. Do the back of that. Look at that many different herbs, honestly. Right, so fertility, let's see. There's that many guys, honestly. There's one there, passion flower. So if you had some passion flower, you would just Mr. Golden Light's probably answered it. You would just substitute it with some passion flower if you had that. If you didn't have that, it'd be something else. You know, so things like that. And so basically your herbs are to help you extra, you know. Hi October Rain Rocks, welcome. I will pank, just waiting now till everybody else gets in. I'm waiting on Uncle Danny and everybody and some of the witches and things to come up. I'm going to get everybody up in first that sits and talks witchy and talks about what we're talking about. But then you can come in. It would be okay if you would talk, but you don't talk, Panker. You sit there and just chill out with us. So wait till I've did all the talking, okay? All right, how are you? All right. 2 minutes, guys. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so basically your herbs are for loads of things. They're to help you with your spell work. Also, when you're doing readings, you can, like, say you wanted a reading for to find love, find a job. You find that herb as well that's going to focus that, and you can burn that on your cauldron. Rub it in a there's one fell out. Rub it into a candle, your choice, your colour, and also burn that while you're doing your tarot readings, you know. Does anybody want to pay for a reading? Do you want a tarot reading? I was going to do them on TikTok. Oh, thank you, Meg. I love getting to know all you guys, honestly. I love getting to know everybody and all the new faces and things. We've got loads in. I noticed the minute I says paid for readings, it went down between 14 and 9. It's optional, come back. Anyway, guys, do you want a reading of Tara, or do you want to just chit chat and ask questions? Does anybody else want to come up? You want to come up, Mystical Sass? Does any of the witches want to come up and talk about anything witchy? Anything tarot cards related or path related? Anybody that's got anything to add about the witchy path want to come up? Brother Louie, how are you? I was all reared up to go live on TikTok. My confidence was finally up. And I can't do it. Don't be sass, I didn't notice you in. That's 2 or 3 times. So yeah, guys. So what my plan is, okay, I need to get the dining room emptied for Liam's big bench. So I'm going to have to work at a place in my living room for me going live. Also, if I do that, I'm going to have to bring my big shelving unit into my living room that's in my go live area. So, but then again, guys, do you think if I Green Hornet, do you think if I cleared under my stairs and just put in, I mean, it would be a good place to just sit with the computer. I could put my big altar in my hall. And then that way my hall would be like my witchy space because nobody really comes into our house. And then it would be totally took out the living room in case people were in the living room or in my room. And then I would have my one area. Because I think Liam needs the dining room for his big workbench. And then even if I could turn under the stairs into, it's quite a good wee size. Could turn that into where we'll call my herbs and things, or like with shelves. Put like a table in it, and that would be like under the stairs would be like my altar witchy space for to do my spell work. And then I could still have my big altar either in the living room or in the hall. And then my go live space, where I have it just now in the living room, which is in that corner. As long as I put the trinkets around me and behind me, it would be nice, wouldn't it? And my lights and things. Or try and do that in the hall as well with my bench. I've got a bench out there I could sit on. And maybe show yous it all and yous can maybe help me one day when I'm doing it right. I'll get all the junk out the road and then I'll show yous everything I need to fit in where and yous can maybe help me. But it's all jars like this and things like these. This one is all-seeing eye. It's these type of things I want to start leaving them out. The only thing is, guys, see when you burn incense and you do a lot of like burning incense and burning candles with things on it, everything ends up with like a, how can I show you? Everything ends up with like a thick resiny, it's not a dust, it's like a thickness, and you need to get like, see like your degrimer sprays, spray it in a cloth and keep wiping everything down. Another thing, I'm running out of cinnamon sticks. I've got two. We converted our spare, let me see. We converted our spare room wardrobe onto a second booth, took doors and runners off, and our proof panels at the roof cheaper as chips to do. Brilliant. See, I could probably do that with that cupboard because technically that's the top of the stairs. So you open that cupboard, the boiler's at this side, but you could kind of like partition that off. And it's a walk-in cupboard, and then if you turn into the front of you, it's like, because the stairs is underneath it, it's like a big desk, but it goes right away back. So if you opened that up, like knock that door down and just open the space out, you would get a good wee room and a good wee desky part. Residue Dolby sis, yeah. Yep. A Cinema Sticks World Hub, I know. I tried to add the group to go stream live on. I tried to add the group to my StreamYard hub, but I couldn't get it. I was going to start going live hub as well, if you want me to, if I'm allowed. I added Uncle Danny to the hub and I added Mystical Love and Light to the hub as well, because Mystical Love and Light does go out ghost hunting, so it'll be good for her to start interacting in that. And Uncle Danny with his haunted objects, that'll be good for him to share in the hub. October Rain Rocks, I was talking to your partner the other night on the live, and I was saying I can't wait to meet you and things, so that'll be good. What was his name again? His YouTube name? Guys, he was October Rain Rocks partner was in the other night, remember? Green Hornet Squad, hi. Yeah, definitely subscribe. They've got a Facebook group, the Paranormal Hub Worldwide. The Facebook group's took off really good, guys. If you want to put that link in the room, Michael, get it up there. Listen, guys, share your links. I don't know if yous are all green, blue, orange, purple, whatever. But share your links out. Mystical Love and Light's got 2 or 3 channels, guys. And she's got a shop, so get your link out for your shop. I'll do Uncle Danny's because he's not here yet. I don't know if he maybe... Hope he's okay. Hi, Corner Clubhouse Cobalt. Welcome, welcome. So we will be going live on TikTok tomorrow. Or maybe tonight. And I'll do live readings. Right, Uncle Daniel's. I don't know why I keep holding my breath all the time. Does any use do that when you're concentrating, you hold your breath? Oh, it's crazy. I don't know why I do it. Right, Uncle Danny on the Chasing Bones Inspect, one I've put into the room. He has got a haunted object that he did actually have to cleanse there and put it into his haunted object lockup, which he's got over 300-400 objects in there. He's put a playlist up on his channel where he shows you a lot of how he did these things, and there's chains on there, guys, and they are crazy where they were used. And I'm not going to say too much about why they were used because he's in Canada, a lot of slave things, so that's all I'm saying. But definitely check out that channel I've put in the link, and along with sisters' channels. October Rain, put your channel up because I do believe you're going to be starting to do things again on there. And in Mystical Love and Light, we're going to, if that's okay with you, let Laws up with us as well. That's October Rain Rocks. Because we're going to start like these panels. If I've got it correctly, we're going to start like panels where our witchy sisters can come up and we share information. We maybe show each other a wee couple of things. But that's separate for the coven. Oh, it was nasty. It'll be sis, wasn't it? Very nasty. There's Uncle Danny in now, guys. Uncle Danny's in the chat. We were just telling us, right, get Uncle Danny and watch your playlist that you go with the objects. It's crazy. I'll put the link in the chat for any of that want to come up now that Uncle Daniel's here. Hey guys, that link is in the chat. That's for anybody that wants to join us and come up to talk about paranormal, witchcraft, anything strange and unknown. Anything really. So yeah, I'll need to go and get some more cinnamon. But I want to try and get this house gutted out. everybody. If you're blue, all you have to do is click on the other person's link and name, and it will take you straight to their channel if you want. Welcome, Uncle Dana. Welcome,
Hey,
Dobie Chris.
how you doing, Buttons? Hey, Dopes. Hi, everybody
I'm
out
good.
there. So what are we talking about tonight?
Well, hey guys.
Hello, Michelle.
Hi guys.
Just absolutely anything.
Hey,
Well,
Meg.
hey, hey, Danny.
Hey, how you doing, Michelle?
Hey, how are you?
Hey, Paranormal Hubs. How's it going?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mystic. Big hugs to you.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Lou, brother. Yeah.
Hi.
It's because I moved my
Hello? Okay,
Yeah, you
perfect.
here.
Hi,
Welcome,
everyone.
everybody.
Hey, sis.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, sis.
Welcome. Welcome
Mm-hmm.
to UFO.
Mm-hmm.
What's up,
Hey,
Uncle? Hi,
October.
Yeah, we're
Danny.
just welcoming everybody up on panel.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight is a support live, so basically you're all up on panel to share anything that's coming up on your channels. Maybe encourage somebody else that you know that you like and isn't. Say for example, you know somebody's out there that's really good YouTuber, so maybe you want to come up and share it with us. Like say October Rain Rocks is an amazing channel, that type of thing. So I'll go around everybody and I'll see what you want to add,
Hey,
okay?
Green Hornet.
Green Hornet. Okay, so is there anything you want to add, Dobie Socks?
No, really. I just come up to support you, and I support all the shows that you watch. And there's some great
Yeah, even just say
YouTubers out there.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't got a favourite. I don't think I've got a favourite apart from Haunted Finders, of course. How Drew and I met, and Drew's own channels, and Danny, and everybody else. I just
Yeah.
love them all.
No, thank you.
So would you like to see more cryptid stuff on the channel? You like cryptids and things, don't you?
Me personally, yes, I would.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm
So
gonna
we'll
go
try and get more people up for you about cryptids.
I would love that. I'm really interested in it. It's something I'm sort of deeper into now than I started off a few years ago, and I'm learning a lot more about it. A great respect for it, and something that you have to be careful of.
I'm gonna put a pot of coffee right back.
Okay, Uncle Daniel. Well, we'll definitely try and get more things like that for you, Dobie. Is anybody in chat know anything more about cryptids and things that they want to help us get out there? Don't need to read chat. If there's anybody in chat knows a lot about cryptids and things, let us know because that's something I would like to push more on the channel for Dobie because she has been a long time subscriber and friend. So I want to make my channel about what you guys want. So we'll definitely get things like that up, Dobie. So Michelle, what would you like to see more of? Sorry, Dobie, will you stop talking, sass?
A little bit of everything. A little bit of everything.
Yep.
Okay.
You're right, Michelle.
Yeah.
So you just like everything basically, the spirit box
Yeah.
and different things?
Yeah.
Cards, witchcraft, all of
Yep.
it. All of it, honey. All of it.
Panka, you were actually asking me today about spirit
No, that
box.
was yesterday.
You asked me if I would do more spirit box. Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay, I read it
New
today.
Year's Eve,
So is that what you want to see more of?
New Year's Eve night, you were talking about it?
No,
Yeah.
yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, were you here?
No.
He was
He
in.
wasn't
No,
live.
he was in. He messaged me yesterday on Facebook asking
Oh.
when the next spirit box session was. So,
Mm-hmm.
so we'll definitely start doing more things like that. If you all want to start doing that with us, we could do experiments like Uncle Danny and sharing things he's doing.
And
Maybe
hang out.
somebody wants to be blindfolded.
hangouts for family, our family
Yep.
hangout.
Mm-hmm.
I think hangouts is
Yeah,
great.
definitely.
You
Yeah,
know,
to reach out. Yeah,
to touch. You know, to hang out.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
We should try the
I have a
blindfold
book
like
and I
Sherry
can
does.
read some
Mm-hmm.
of them out of the book one day. Definitely do that. Mystical Love and Light. That would be good. That's been quite a big hit when I've read things out or said poems and things. So I would like to see you do that. Definitely.
Hmm.
Would you guys like to see Mystical Love and Light come and read some books and
Yeah,
things?
Oh, that's
That'd be great.
perfect.
Your book
that's cute.
Mm-hmm.
would be good. We'd learn a lot, even if we went over to her channel and heard some of it as well. Hi, Louie, brother Louie. What's Hub saying? Cryptic writing was used by the Incas to hide gold from the Spanish in this. What do you mean? Yeah, just anything, Hub. Anything, because we've always covered paranormal, a bit about aliens, a wee bit about demons, but we've never really covered anything cryptid, haven't we not, Dobby? We've touched
No,
on it, but never really,
it's
you know.
cryptids, and cryptic
Yeah.
is something different. Cryptids and
Right.
cryptid is something different. So it's two different subjects that could be covered.
Mm-hmm.
Hello,
Yeah. I
Emily.
don't mind doing that. So what do you think,
Hey,
Uncle Danny?
Danny.
Have you got some input in cryptids and things?
Oh, I've
Fuck out.
You stay in
Yeah.
Canada, so you bound to have heard some.
He said
What's
hi.
up? Oh, hi.
Say
I've
Uncle
dealt
Dan.
with some. I've dealt with some cryptics, but they were called in-betweens,
Ah.
That's
Mm.
interesting.
which is a little bit
Mhm.
different.
Right,
but
okay, well that's
Cool.
great. There's a different theory
Yeah.
Uncle Dan has.
It's a little bit different, but they're still cryptics, you know.
Right.
There's
It would be
two,
fascinating, that.
from what I've experienced, there's two types of in-betweens. Those that are like shapeshifters, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and those that are joined with the spirit world and the human world, and they kind of in between both, you know. And
Right.
sometimes they can be solid, and sometimes they're not, you know. So
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I agree with you.
Hmm.
We've just got different names for them in the UK, that's all. But it's a similar thing to what you're saying, Danny.
yeah, but I've seen something that could have been Sasquatch a couple of times in my life. I don't say it's Sasquatch 100%,
Right,
just 98%, not 100%.
Right.
right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But way back in your grandpa's day, things Uncle Danny's staying in Canada, what did they call them?
Can you say that again?
You keep freezing, Drew.
See, way back in like your grandpa's day.
Aye.
Oh, I'm a freezing. Way back in Grandpa's day, what did their generation call all the strange happenings in the woods and things? Did they have like a common name for these type of things?
Oh yeah. Well, both grandparents on either side, eh? Like on this side that I is all druid and nature shaman, you know. So on this the Scottish and the Irish side was all druids and nature shamans and stuff. And on the other side, um, there was some witchcraft in the family. There was I don't know, just
Oh, wow.
you know, they just had
Huh.
but but a lot of it was mystic healing and herbaling and stuff like that. So on one side of the family was more like medicine,
Right.
you know, like the medicine sides of things and the paranormal side of things, and on the side
Right.
that I mostly been on are shamanism and druidism side, which is more
Right.
spiritual, paranormal. But again, there's healing involved on that side, right? So basically, as far back as we can go, like for being nature shaman and a druid, nature druid, I'm like the 10th generation, you know. So, I mean, it's been in our family for a long, long time, you know. And Blaine, he's the 11th generation. Like he's already probably done more in the paranormal and the druid and the shaman than most people, you know. But then he was born in our family, right?
Yeah, because
so
there's more of it now.
you know, and there's a lot of it. Now, oddly enough, in a family, the family's kind of divided. 50% of the family are strong believers,
Right.
you know, and everything else. The rest of the family, the other part of the family, does not believe, but they do not disbelieve, you know, and they're very supportive to both sides. Like both sides support each other's sides,
Right. Okay.
which is kind of unique, I think, in a lot of families. Even those that
Right.
don't believe, don't knock who do believe, and those that do believe don't knock who don't believe. You know what I mean? It's a very supportive of both sides.
That respect, isn't it?
It's good.
You know, and my favorite quote. Now, a lot of people say it was Mark Twain that said this, and he probably did, but I bet you millions of other people did too. But one of my great ancestors had said the same thing. But we'll give the credit to Mark Twain because he's cool. But anyway, the saying is, for those that believe, okay, for those who believe, no proof is necessary. For those that do not believe, there's no proof that is possible. Right? So that's why I try to tell all the people and all the wolf pack and all of you guys and the these and every, don't waste your time proving to other people, especially those that don't believe. Don't waste a second trying to prove anything to them. The only person you got to prove to is yourself, right? And the family that believes in you,
exactly,
it'll prove to them too. You see. So if every evidence you look at and everything you're doing and all the work that you do is proving to yourself, right? Above all else, you have to believe it. And if you believe in what you're doing and what you got and what you captured and what scientific stuff or whatever you pick up, if you believe in it, then you should share it. You put it up on your channel and you go, yes, this is what I believe. If other people don't believe it, that's okay. Don't matter. Right?
Yeah.
For all the people that do believe,
There's
they're going to
always
say,
somebody that will
thank you. You know?
Mm-hmm.
The people that do believe in the paranormal, they're going to thank you because you're putting this evidence out there for them to see, right? And if you true to yourself, then you'll thank yourself for being true to who you are. So it's a win-win, you know?
True.
I definitely think it's important people to keep putting out their experiences because not everybody's experience is the same. So if people see somebody's experience and they think, oh, experience, it must not be true. And then they see somebody else's and they think, well, a wee bit of that was true. And they keep seeking. They'll eventually find somebody or place it together, something that makes them see that they're not crazy. These things are real, you know? So it's a common goal. And I think that's why a lot of
and it's very important, you know. It's very important to put out your evidence. You know? Like when I'm looking at someone, when I'm looking at someone else's evidence, okay. Sometimes I'll judge the evidence because that's what you have to do. You know, you judge the evidence what you see. I am never judging the person that put the evidence there, right? Because what they believe is just as important what I believe. You know, what they believe is just as important as I believe, right? But so the only thing that really matters to me is, does that evidence resonate with me? Is there something about that evidence that I'm going to get something from in a positive way that is going to help me with my journey, right? And I think if people would I think if people would look at other people's stuff with enlightenment, and say, okay, instead of picking this shit apart, what is happening here that can enhance my life? What is here that I can use or adapt in my own investigations? I might not do it the same way as this person, but maybe they've got a technique, that I can adapt to my way of doing things, and it will help me with my investigations,
Yeah.
And I think if people would, try to focus on, because when the people put the evidence up there, they're doing it trying to be positive,
That's
above
right.
all else. Above all else, when you're putting evidence out there, you're putting
Yeah.
it, right? You're trying to do something positive, right? So why throw negative onto it? Just
Yes.
examine what is positive for you. Now, if me and you watch the same cinema, Adrian, something in that cinema is gonna be positive to you. Something in that cinema is gonna make you go, "Oh yeah, I can tweak this. I can do this for my own self." To me, that bit's nothing. I won't even notice it. But the next thing that happens is going to be very positive for
Right.
me, and I'm going to go, "Hey, I can use this," right? And you're going to go, "What are you talking about? That doesn't make no sense to me," right? But that's the beauty of the paranormal. That's the beauty of cinemas and stuff. There's always something that somebody can use in everybody's cinema, and people don't realize it. That the stuff you're putting out there, and you'll never probably hear about it. You'll never realize it, but so much of the stuff that everyone here puts out helps somebody in some way that you have no idea how it does, right? It's like it might be just something as simple as,
Exactly. Even if
"Hey,
it's today.
it might be
Yeah.
something as simple as, "Hey, I've had that experience. Maybe I'm not nuts," right? I've had that happen to me too. Wait, maybe I wasn't crazy,
Fun.
right? So
You're
it could be
I
anything that happens, and you
definitely
never know.
believe every video is put out for a reason.
You got to understand that everything that you're watching is going to
Yep.
affect somebody somehow, and that is power. That is powerful.
Even if it's
It's
just
very
one
hard in
person that,
the
even if it's
it's
just one
very hard
person
in the
that
crypt.
learns one thing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Whenever I started any of my
We can
channels,
hear you, Sass.
Me?
yeah, go ahead, Dopes.
Right. I was just going to say that
Yeah, Toba.
it's very hard in the cryptid world for people to come forward with their stories and their experiences. That's why we've got a group. I'm with Deborah Hartswell's group. I have been for a few years now, and she gets people coming to her with their stories, and they will tell Deborah all about it. And she tries to, understand them, work out whether they're just a bogus story or whether it is actually someone who's genuine. And if she thinks it's genuine, she'll look into it even further. And the people are so scared to come out, and until they speak to us, they're so scared to come out with their experiences, because some of them are quite difficult to deal with. They're pretty hard on them. It's something they never forget. Once it's seen, it's never unseen.
I bet you.
Well, yeah, I'll give you 3 stories, okay? Because this will definitely. And you're right. A lot of people don't want to talk about it. The funniest one is Bigfoot. Nobody wants to talk about Bigfoot. Nobody wants to talk about werewolves. Nobody wants to talk about Dogman or
Exactly.
so many different. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. 25 years ago, I think it was about 25 years ago, I went visiting, and so we had this tent trailer, So we go and we park in this little mountain range area. There's a big mountain and lots of nice little places to fish. So early in the morning, I guess it was about 6:30, I got up and I went outside and I'm sitting on the little boxes.
Excuse me.
I look across and about maybe 200, 300 feet away, I'm sitting on this box and I look up and I see this huge black bear, right? Just huge. And so I'm looking at it, and but it keeps moving really weird, right? Unlike a bear. So I keep watching it. All of a sudden, this so-called bear stands up on its hind legs and it walks 4 or 5 feet. It turns and looks at me, right? So I look at it and I wave, because what the hell? So I waved, right? The thing waved back, right? It waved.
Oh, wow.
And it turned. Now you understand, it's a 350-foot cliff, okay, and it's flat as a witch's tit. It's just flat all the way down. This thing turned, waved to me, and then went like this, and boom, boom, boom. It flew up to the top of that hill, and it only took it like 15 seconds or something like that. This thing.
Wow.
And as I was watching, it looked like a man, right? Like it looked just like a man that was a bear, So obviously, I'm thinking Sasquatch, right? At this point. Anyway, it goes zoop, right up to the top, like nothing. Okay, like a walking up. Once it got to the top, it looked down like this, tilt its head back, and let this roar out, And then it looked back like this, and the weirdest thing, it waved. Right?
That's
so
amazing.
I waved back,
Wow.
it turned and walked away. As soon as I waved back, it turned and walked away. But on its hind feet, on its legs, it didn't walk like a bear. Right? It waved, I walked away.
That's cool.
That's
You must
awesome.
have felt that you were no threat.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
like the thing is, at first I thought
Yep.
it was a huge black bear, But after I was watching it move around, and it stood up, started doing stuff, and using its hands to move things around. And then when it noticed me, it looked at me, so I waved. It waved back. It goes up the top of the mountain, turns around, roars at me, waves. I waved, turn around, and walk away. Now that's no damn bear. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Oh no.
The next time I saw one, I'll tell you 3
Just
stories. And the reason I'm telling you these stories, okay, because if anybody's out there and you got a story, don't be afraid to share it, especially with this community, okay? So I'm sharing 3 of my stories so that you will be more comfortable to share your stories in this family, okay?
Thank you, Danny.
So the next one,
Sorry, I was just placing my order for
I was
dinner.
at the homestead, right?
It's
So
okay.
I'm at the homestead. I think, I'm going to go and do something today because I'm bored. So here I am at the homestead, and I decide to go for a walk. So I go way down to where the old river is, the old river creek coming. So I thought, well, I'll set up a little camp and a tent and a campfire, and I'm just going to spend a couple of days quietly by myself without
Right.
everybody else, because I just want some me time.
Right.
So I went and I set everything up, right?
Mhm.
And so I got this little fire going. I'm sitting in my chair like this with my hands like this and just chillaxing like that, I hear this huge splash of water. So I turn and I look in the creek, and here is this little bear playing in the water, right? And then, of course, the bear stands up and has a rock and going splash, splash, splash on the water, right? And I realized at that point that this little bear is probably about 6.5 feet tall, right?
Mhm.
All of a sudden I hear like that. And I turn, and there's another one sitting on a rock, okay? But he's not sitting like an animal. He's sitting like me. He's got his ass on the rock, his feet on the ground,
Oh, gosh.
and his arms across, right? His arms on his, honestly, his arms across like this. And he's watching the little one play in the water, right?
Mhm.
And so I look at the big one on the rock, and the big one's looking at me, right? And I'm looking at the big one on the rock. And so I go like this, how you going? Like that, right? And the big one just goes like this. And I laugh my ass off, okay? Because the big one went, big one went like this. Eh. That's,
Aw.
That
of course,
is
I
so
break out laughing, right? So then I get up and I start putting more rocks around my fire, and I'm putting more sticks on and everything else. And then I noticed that I kept looking at this little one playing in the water, right?
Right.
So I'm putting stuff on and I'd look, and I put stuff on and I'd look. And then I stood up and I looked at the old guy and I went like this, right? I turned around and I went in the tent, because I felt like a pervert watching this little creature playing in the
Oh,
water. Right? And I was like,
oh, yeah.
dude, quit staring over there. So I, went,
Uh-huh.
I grabbed
That's funny.
I looked at the big one. Just honest to God, true story. I looked at
Right.
the big one and I went, and I
I
grabbed
believe you.
my coffee cup and I went in the tent. No sooner did I get in the tent, I could swear that thing was laughing. I go in the tent and I hear,
Oh, God.
Oh.
like it knew that I was embarrassed because I kept looking over there, right?
Mhm.
And that was it. No trouble, no nothing. I would go, very friendly experience. And, I've seen it a few times, like just out of the corner of my eye, shadow. I'd hear something run through the bush and I'd look and I'd see it super fast, right?
Right.
But those were the only
Uh-huh.
two up
Mhm.
close, basically up close and personal experience I had with them, right? So, and the other one that happened, where was that? Glasgow? Might have been in Glasgow. Can't remember. But anyway, there was a little bit of snow on the ground, okay? Not a whole lot, but maybe 3-4 inches of snow.
Mhm.
And the farmers and everybody's been saying that something evil's in the area. And so I got called to go investigate to see if it was something paranormal or whatever, because the small town, the small area was very disturbed by this whole thing going on. So I'm out there, and there was 3 other guys with me. Anyway, we're out there. I hear this howling sound. I recognize it's a wolf, obviously, right? But there shouldn't be any wolves there. So, but anyway, well, okay. So I start going, and we're going around checking everything else. So we come up to this one spot, and there's these footprints of wolves, okay? But the weird thing with this was there was definitely a huge wolf print, okay? The hind foot. And then a stride later is another hind foot, and a stride later, but there was no front paws on the ground, just the hind,
Mm.
right? And this went on for about 30 to 40 yards. And all of a sudden, the prints are gone. We're following these prints, and then they're vanished. They're nothing. So I look up, and as I look up, there's a shed, about 10 feet away. There's this woodshed. So I look up on top, and it's only like an 8-foot, like 6-foot wall, and then the peak, right? So it's like an 8-foot shed.
Mhm.
So I'm standing there, and I look up, and on this top of the shed where the snow is, you could see huge imprints of the wolf's paws, like it jumped from where it was to the top of the shed. It went over, so we went over to the shed. We looked, there was two steps, like it was going up to the top of the peak. Went around the other side, you saw two more steps, and then the wolf prints were together, right? And then we look on the ground, no footprints, right?
Wow.
So I'm, what the hell? So we look a little bit further. We found prints, all right, about 9 feet from where they were on the roof, and they were about 4 inches deep into the ground, like in the snow. But they were human footprints, barefoot.
Oh, wow.
And then there was like human footprints running from there through the field. And we followed them, I don't know, a quarter mile until we got to a real thicket, a real bushish stuff. And we couldn't track them after that. So we're all sitting there going, okay, so we see huge ass wolf prints that are about 3 times the size of a normal wolf, only the back feet. They go for 10, 20 feet. Then from there, they jump onto a shed. The wolf prints go across the shed. 9 feet away from the shed are human footprints with no shoes.
Right.
And they go for a quarter mile to the woods. No more wolf prints anywhere. What was that?
Right.
That's amazing.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
What the hell was that? Right?
Mm.
I leave it up to you guys, but what the hell was that? That's the facts of the case. That's the facts of what was there. That's the facts of what we saw. And I'll leave it to you to decide what the hell it was.
That's strange. That's pretty cool. That's awesome.
You know, so
That's awesome.
so
Thank you for
cryptids, yeah,
sharing.
cryptids, yeah, in betweens, yeah, dogmen. I definitely believe in the dogmen. Werewolves, yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
Wendigos, yeah, I've had my dealings with them. Windwalkers, yeah. Shapeshifters, yeah.
Mhm.
You know, so for me to say to someone there's no such thing as cryptic would be stupid. You know,
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
way. There's no way I could say they're not a cryptic. Now, whether the cryptic is a natural born being, right? That's
Mhm.
just not been seen by people, or it's a cross between spirit world and physical world, or it's a mutation of sorts above my pay grade. Okay. But above my pay grade, right?
Mhm.
But I can tell you there are things that I've seen that are definitely unexplainable. Okay. That can be classified as cryptic. They can be classified as demons. They can be classified as in betweens. I don't have all the answers. I got lots of questions on a lot of different other things too. But I know what I see and I know what the facts are, right? So from those facts, I mean, we investigated. We tried to figure out. First, we tried to disprove it of being anything weird, right? But how do you disprove, size 12 foot tracks
Right.
that onto a roof that turn into human footprints that run off into the bush? How do you just? I don't know. But
Exactly.
basically, the problem with it was there was no more foot
Exactly.
tracks. There was no more foot tracks of the wolf once it passed the shed. Once it
Wow.
got the shed, not one more track. But there was 3 or 4 city blocks worth of wolf tracks going to the shed. On the opposite side of the shed, only human footprints, right?
Mhm.
Wow.
No human footprints before the shed.
Is it?
Before the shed, there was not one track of a human being
That
with
tells
boots
you a
on.
lot.
With boots on,
Mm-hmm.
going
Oh
barefoot.
yeah.
Okay, tracks were
Uh-huh.
barefoot. No, before the shed, there was not even a human with a pair of boots on.
Mink,
So how did
Bigfoot
how did naked
guys.
footprints? How did naked footprints get in the
Shooting
middle
their
of
legs.
nowhere? You know, how the hell did naked footprints get in the middle of nowhere?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Wow.
Good night, Megs.
Then I'll grab Uncle
There's so
Daddy's like,
many experiences out there that still aren't
night,
told,
Megs.
isn't
We're
there?
not belong
So
to
many.
recording. Only got 10 minutes.
What was that, Dobie?
Yeah, we now get
I
Uncle
was saying
Daddy's
there's
likes,
so many
guys.
experiences out there that are yet to be told.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. I like the
Now,
story. That was good, Danny. Mm-hmm.
Tell
you
you
can
the
share,
truth. The truth.
Toby.
It's the truth.
Toby, have you got any you can share for your group
Um,
experience?
Mhm.
I
well,
know a lot of the stuff you do is private.
I was supposed to be involved in one of the things that part of our group were doing a while back at near Flamborough. That's
Mm-hmm.
where the big cat sightings were, and I
Yeah.
saw the footage. And personally,
Right.
I do believe it's on YouTube. It's out there for anybody to look at. And personally, I believe it was two big cats. Just going by the shape of them, the length of the tail, the way they were slinking, it was definitely two big cats. But as a personal experience, um, my husband and I were out walking the dogs at some woods not far away from us. What I think it was Whitwell Woods they're called. And as we were going through, there was a
Right.
strange atmosphere. It was very dark. It was absolutely full of trees, absolutely packed. But
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people were there walking their dogs. And as we were walking through, there was one side, I think it was the left side of the forest, seemed to be quite light and a light feeling. The birds were chirping. It was musical with the birds. On the other side, there was no noise from the birds. It was very quiet. And as we were
Mm-hmm.
walking, I believe, this is just my personal belief, I believe I saw something following us, but it was cloaking.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't actually see, I could only see the
Oh.
outline of it shimmering as it was going through the trees. But I'm sure there was something following us.
I don't doubt it.
So I said to my husband, I says, that's it. I says, I've had
Can
enough.
I
I'm
put in the
turning
chat
around
the
and going.
sorry, sis.
Yeah, we turned around and came away after
I've
that
put
because I had a bad
BBR
feeling.
in the chat, guys.
Yeah.
That's where the
Yeah,
that with
Deborah
as well.
Hartswell.
That's where Linda goes
Well-
out with, guys. It's in the chat. Go over here and subscribe, guys, and have a
Well,
look because she catches
you
a
know,
lot of good stuff. I've seen.
a lot of people have heard of hellhounds, and they heard of devil dogs, you know. But don't
Right.
forget there's hellcats too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And hellcats, their name isn't really fitting for them because they're not really hellcats, but that's what they're called, spirit cats, and they're always described as big black panthers. Okay,
Right.
Oh yeah.
and they're always in places where there shouldn't be any panthers. Period. Right. But these hellcats,
Uh-huh.
they're normally an omen, right? Like when in my experience, anyway, a lot of times they're an omen that you're heading into danger, right? And that someone's going to double cross you, and you're going into danger. When you get experiences with hellcats, it's usually they're there to warn you about something. Okay. Now the flip side, of course, of that
Hi,
is
Marco, brother.
sometimes people try to send hellcats after people, right? So there is that side, you know. But I think the
That is
natural,
true.
I think the natural side of it is with hellcats is they got a really bad rap, but I think a lot of times they're there to warn you about something. Okay, but I mean the problem with it is they're also used by black conjurers, right? So they kind of, you know, you gotta be careful with them either way. Right? Either way, I mean, you be cautious, but yeah. And black cats have been reported over 2,000 years, you know, in Ireland, Scotland, Canada, Mexico, France,
You guys on the panel.
you know. So, yeah, you know, the one thing I say is when you got millions of people reporting the same thing over a couple of thousand years, who the hell am I to disagree with it? You know, like who am I to say, you know, who the hell am I to say, oh no, that's not true. Wait a second. It's been happening for a couple thousand years. Millions of people have seen it, right? Who am I to judge that, right? I'm nobody. I'm one person. You know, one person on one day.
Well.
You know, one person on one day making a judgment call. Okay, if I judge that, you know, hellcats have been seen for thousands of years by millions of people. Now, if I'm going to sit here in judgment, I'm saying that one person's opinion on one day for 5 seconds has more value than millions of people for 2,000 years. What are you on crack? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like seriously, you know, one opinion in a 5-minute thing means nothing. You know,
Rock says.
Yes, I'm glad I didn't go to that one. I was invited to go along with them,
Something
but I didn't go.
near the nail pathway. Area. I couldn't see it, but boy, did I feel it. I took off running till I got to the street beside mine. Oh, wow. Luscious. See, it just shows you these things are there.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to add, guys, before we go? But all I heard in my head was that. Right, that says. Wow.
Yeah, well,
so
you know
what's
what?
I got coming up? What you got coming up, Uncle Dana?
On my paranormal channel, I'm on with Sherry tomorrow night. I'm with you every Monday at 7.
Right.
And then I'm with PWI on her channel every Tuesday at 7. That's the only things I got programmed for sure every night right now. I still got to talk to Chris And then you're going to come to my channel one night, and like, so I still got other things to set up on the Chasing Bones Inspectors.
Right.
On my Strongman channel, I'm just starting my 2023 year. So I did my own little interview today, and I did a bench press, but my bench press sucked today. But I was sick for 3 weeks, and then I had a week off for Christmas, so it's been a month without doing weight. So I was happy still with my result.
Right.
And I got a brand new.
Wonderful.
I got my brand new.
Oh, awesome.
So I'm going to be doing lots of stuff on my Strongman channel, preparing for December, the end of this new coming up December. And then I started my brand new channel 2 days ago on New Year's. Well, it's not brand new. Actually, it was my very first channel on YouTube. It was called Danny's Corner. Okay. And I was living an off-grid flat, and I was living off-grid, and I built an off-grid flat and everything else. When I got in my wheelchair, and I was stuck in the chair for 7 years, when I got in my wheelchair and I knew I couldn't go back, I got pissed off, and I gave away my flat and everything else, and everything that was in. I said, "Here, you keep it," because I was so mad, because I hadn't accepted what happened to me yet. So I gave away my flat. I gave away everything that I put into it. The build, everything, and I just deleted the channel out of anger, So that channel sat dormant, and I deleted everything off the channel, which I wish I didn't, But back then, I mean, I just had surgery on my legs, and I wasn't very happy. So,
Oh my.
hindsight, right? Anyway, so I canceled that channel. Well, now that I've been training strongman and working, and I'm able to start doing more and more with my paranormal again, I got the itch to start an off-grid flat again. So right now, at this minute, I'm currently looking for a spot of land. I've drawn up the plans for the house, how I'm going to build it on this new channel. But basically, it's been 2 days old. Today's the second day that the channel's actually been up and running. I mean, I've had it for years, but so I'm going back to the roots of what brought me to YouTube in the first place was my off-grid channel. So yeah, I got lots of them. Hey, Phoenix.
Hi, Phoenix.
Hi, Phoenix.
So yeah, I got lots of different things coming up. Gonna be very busy.
Good.
I'm saving up for different things I got to get done. So yeah, I'm gonna have a busy year.
I love your positivity, Danny.
It should be a very positive year.
Yeah.
Oh, Phoenix said hi.
Big hugs, Phoenix. It should
Big hugs.
It should be a very positive year coming up, and
We're all back together as a family as well.
Yeah, and that's something I've been working on. Trying to get the family back in sync and stuff, and that's been a bitch of a job. But hey, it's working. Yeah. But yeah, so and I'm hoping that on my channels, when I started my very first channel, I only have one thing in mind. I hope and pray to God that I can inspire at least one person, and if I can do that, I've accomplished my goal.
Oh, you're doing that. You are doing that.
I mean,
and that's all.
Yeah, definitely.
That's all it is for me. I just want to inspire. Try to inspire and try to do good. Really.
Hey.
I mean, for me, that's what it's always been. What it always will be. Like, could I have done differently? Could I have worked on? Oh, I know. Could I have worked on it differently, or could I have done things differently to bring my numbers up and make a big channel? Sure, I could have. Right? I got no bloody interest in it. Okay, I'm going to be honest. If I get my Chasing Bones is almost at 1,500 people, right? Of course, it's only been that way for the last 3 years. It really hasn't gone up because I'm happy the way it is, right? I would like it to grow, yes, of course. In some ways I would. but I don't want it to get much bigger than what it is because then I'm going to lose connection with the people that matter.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's
See, you're like me.
for
I won't
me.
know about too much. Mm.
You know, for me, it's about the interaction with my YouTubians, right? I would hate, you know, I think
Yeah.
the thing that would hurt me the most, and I'll be honest, the thing that would hurt me the most is if my channel got big and I missed something, someone saying something to me that was important that they needed help and I missed it because there was too much going on. You know, like I do miss when I'm doing live streams, I miss a lot, but I always look back later and double check it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But and I think I'm afraid of success
That's
in
bad,
that
isn't
way. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I am afraid of success in that way because if it gets too big, I'm not gonna be able to handle it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna be able to check every
Mm-hmm.
single comment and do like I do now. Like I read everything that's on any of my channels. Every sentence I read it. You know, and if someone puts something nasty, I put, well, thank you for your opinion. Blessings to you. I'll leave this on for a day. You know, even though what you said was very rude, I'm going to leave it on for a day or two, and then I'm going to delete the channel. But please be blessed and go forth, right?
Yep.
Then a couple of days there, I'll go back and I'll just delete it, right? And then block that person. But I won't take it down because everyone has, in my opinion, he's got a right to say what he wants to say, even though it's hurtful. I don't have to take it on board. Okay.
Yeah.
But if he wants to say it, who am I to tell him not to say it?
Wouldn't matter.
I'll leave it for 2 days. It means nothing to
That's
me.
not nice, though, to say that
No.
to somebody.
But the
No.
thing is, it means nothing to me. I'm never going to meet this person. I'm never going to go for coffee. I'm never going to hang out with this person. Right? I'm never going to know this person. So what the hell does his opinion matter? Nothing.
Nothing.
Right?
A good way to look at it.
Yeah.
But
Definitely not.
it mattered
Say
enough.
that.
It mattered. It
I love
mattered.
it if we can all meet.
The thing is,
so.
hey, listen. The thing is, what's important though, is it mattered enough to that person who was so full of anger and hatred they had to lash out
Oh,
at
that's
somebody.
nice.
Wow. Well,
They-
why
That's
don't we
disgusting. I'm sorry to
So-
say it, but that's
so the
mean
thing
and
is-
horrible.
but the point is, hold on, listen.
Okay.
The point is, they had this need to do this. They didn't do it just because they're jerks. They did it because they had this urge, this rage, this whatever.
Hmm.
So they choose to take that out on me, to yell at me, someone they don't know, in order not to hurt the people they love. That's an honor.
Yeah.
That's an honor. So I let it sit for a day or two, and then I just delete it. Because to me, it means nothing.
Mhm.
For them, they vented, right? They had a chance to vent. Okay? Which, how do I know that they weren't thinking of suicide? How do I know where their head's at, right? They could be in a very, very, very dark place.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm going to answer them with hatred, or if I'm going to answer them with disrespect, or if I'm going to treat them the way they're treating me, how do I know that's not going to push them over the edge?
True.
It's better for me to say to them, look, you have a right to your opinion. I disagree.
Mhm.
But blessings to you. I will leave this up for a day or two so you get off your chest. And I'm going to delete it. And I tell them straight up, I'm going to delete it in 2 days. Right?
Mhm.
So it's okay for you to vent, to leave this on here, but in 2 days it's going to be deleted. And blessings on your travels. And then I delete it. Right? Because I'm not going to be the excuse for someone pushing themselves over the edge.
No.
You know what I mean? I'll just
No.
say,
Definitely not.
and that's the way I look.
Mm-mm.
That's the way I look at the negative comments. Okay, that's how I feel about the negative comments. Now, I get so many wonderful, blessing, loving comments that I mean, some days it gets me out of bed, it gets me motivated, it gets me out of my depression. You know, all of the wonderful things that all you guys say. I read every comment, and it lifts me up when I'm down. You know, so. And there's a hell of a lot more than that, than negative.
Yeah.
You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So for me, I mean, getting upset about someone doing something or saying something negative on your channel, if you don't know them, who gives a shit what they think? Are you going to go for coffee with
Yeah,
them? No.
exactly.
Is
No.
it going to matter tomorrow or the day after that? No, by
Yeah.
then you forget about it anyway, right? So why get pissed off about it? Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Exactly.
YouTube's a place. I have one pro.
It's not gonna matter in a couple of days, so why get upset about it?
You know,
Mhm.
You know?
as if you ignore them,
Yeah, just ignore them.
Yep.
they
The,
comment, so
the
you're
ignore
hurt
button.
and maybe cry. So ignore them or
Yeah.
agree with them.
Yeah, like here's the thing.
Yeah, I'm ugly.
There's a
Okay,
thing called
move on.
ignore button. There's the ignore button, right? Ignore and block.
Mhm.
I call
Yeah.
ignore Mr. Iggy. Okay? Ignore is I call the ignore button Mr. Iggy. And when someone puts
Yeah.
when someone puts a shitty comment, I say, "Oh, Iggy is clever. Iggy is wise. Goodbye." Comment. Click. Right?
Yeah.
He's good. Iggy is wise. No, just hit Iggy. Iggy is good. Iggy is wise. You know, but don't get upset. Just talk to Mr. Iggy. My
Yep.
motto is negative, and I can't read that. My negatives and nopes into positive and hopes.
I'm
Yep.
trying to get it up. Yep,
The
Yeah.
negative and nopes
press
and hopes. There you
that
go.
slow. Press the button. Oh, twist.
Yeah,
No
good
hope.
motto.
Best one. What's the other one? Yeah. Yes. I always say to negatives, don't make a positive. I just ignore them. Exactly. Sis.
Yeah.
The thing you should know their own true
Hey.
worth and ignore
Mhm.
the haters because you know it's jealous.
As my grandpa always said, okay? My grandpa always said, two wrongs never made a right, but two rights made an airplane. So
Uh-huh.
the Wright brothers made an airplane. Two
Mhm.
wrongs never made a right, but two rights made an airplane.
Mhm. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
go, guys. Jamie's on his way. I
All
love
right,
you guys.
Michelle, take care.
Oh, well,
Bye.
Thanks for
Big
coming
up.
up,
send else
Michelle.
anything,
Thank
Tad.
you.
Mhm.
See you
Bye.
later.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Mhm.
Send else any plans.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Can't hear you, anybody. Okay, I'll end live here, guys. It's been a good night. So
Mhm.
yeah, keep an eye out on Uncle Danny's channel tomorrow night for the experiments. So is it your channel or Sherry's tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night I'm going on
Yours?
Sherry's, and then
Right.
the next time she's coming to mine, or I don't know, we'll figure it out. But tomorrow night I'll be on
Well, I'll share the
PWI,
link to our community.
you know. So make sure it's going to be fun,
We'll
guys. I
share them
mean,
out.
hell, yeah, we just want to,
Definitely, we'll put them out in all the community walls.
yeah, we'll just keep working on it and try to get everybody doing everything. But like I said, I got to get a hold of Chris, and there's a couple other people I got to get a hold of. I want to do something with Mystic on her channel too. She was talking to me. We're going to do something, but I don't know when or what. So yeah, I'm just trying to get everything organized.
Yeah, definitely.
So
I love the variety that's coming through all these channels and everybody connecting
I was
together,
telling you
going
about
on
it
each other's
does
channels and
the
helping each other.
sea magic. Well, no sea magic, but sorry, Dobby, you talking, sis?
I was just saying, I love how all the channels are coming together. You're all visiting each other's channels and sharing. It's lovely.
that's the way it should be. You know, that's what I've been
Yes, it
saying.
should.
That's the way it's got to be. You know, Al Iron, I was saying two wrongs never made a
Everybody
right,
just
but
needed
two
to
rights made an airplane.
I love that one.
Well, that's it.
Yeah,
There
well, I love
we
it.
go anywhere we want.
A wink. I tell you what, though, a wink is as good as a nod
Yeah,
to
I
a
just
blind
think
horse.
it's great.
Sure is.
Yeah, a wink is as good as a nod to a blind horse. So,
An Iron Fire horse, this as well, in October Rain Rocks. You can all come up in the Witchy Sisters, because when Mike goes live, it's kind of witchy panels and things, talk things like that. So welcome to come up as well. So those are happening.
That's
So
it.
check
Hey,
out
I'm
each
gonna,
other's channel, guys, and make sure those bells are on. That's important. And keep an eye on the community wall.
that's right. Yeah, I'm gonna put my my new channel link in there just for before I go.
Yeah, definitely, Uncle
Here,
Dan.
here you go.
Yeah, because
Here you
I've
go.
no
Here's,
got it.
here's
I'll do it.
Lord Daniel's off-grid flat. Where the hell did you go now? Yeah, come back over here now.
Yeah, definitely get those links hit, guys.
Okay, that's my new.
Those experiments coming up, and
There's my new.
then you
My new
always are
my
going to
old
try and get
British.
to pen all things soon.
Yeah, that's my old brand new
The one
channel
you've
right
had
there.
the longest, but it's the newest.
Yeah, it's the one I've had
Yeah, I've got
15,
it
16
there.
years,
There we
but
go,
it's brand
subscribe.
new. You know?
And that's what it looks like, guys. Looks like this. Oh, I can't even see it. He's only be able to see that. It's kind of low. It's got Danny's core. Okay. And it's got Daniel Ferguson at the top, and white writing and brown writing. So you'll be able to get it, no problem. Right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your night and enjoy your day tomorrow and the rest of your week. If I
Thank
don't
you,
Thank you
October.
for
Big
having
hug.
me up
see
on
you,
panel.
I'll see you.
Okay, everybody, be blessed.
Right, okay, guys,
All
let's
right.
get out. Bye for now.
Make
Thanks for
sure.
coming, Uncle Danny. Bye,
You're welcome. Make sure
everybody.
treat others the way you want to be
Good
treated.
night.
Right?
Good night,
That's it.
everyone.
Bye.